fun, and he's helping a lot of people do so. And he's here tonight to help us as well. So what I want to do is turn this call over to someone I have a tremendous amount of respect for. Dr. Craig Bythewood, are you on the call?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me okay, Tasha?
Yes, I can, and the call is officially yours.
Thank you very much. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday. It is now the first Tuesday in December. Time for us to begin to put our awareness on continuing what we started this year with. Our Be Your Own Bank movement began in January of 2018. So we want to make sure that we finish this year strong, that we put ourselves in the best position to economically empower ourselves by learning and mastering this new skill. This skill of being able to multiply our money. This mindset, this philosophy of being able to be our own bank. I say it every single week. Banks excel because they know how to control infrastructure. Banks excel because they know how to multiply money that is sitting idle. So we're in a position now where we can learn how to take funds that we have and we can literally have them have a multiplicative impact on us, our family, our communities, our society. This is generational changing income. This is the opportunity for us to teach our children how to look at money differently, how to get to the other side of wealth and abundance. This Be Your Own Bank movement is so excited, and every time I have an opportunity to be on this Zoom call, it brings me so much joy, because anytime I can do anything to help someone else put themselves in a better position, then I feel like that's the reason why we're here. That's the reason why we get up every morning. I've said it before. I've had my PhD in finance and economics for 25 years, and I've only been able to share with people information. But now I can go beyond that. Now I have the opportunity to provide them a vehicle. Yes, I have some information to share with you. Yes, I can tell you things that will make your life better. Yes, I can answer your questions. But now I can put in your hand a vehicle. International Markets Live, an opportunity to be able to learn a skill that you will have for the rest of your life. So excuse me if I come on this call excited, but this Be Your Own Bank movement means the world to me. So let me pause for a second and let me ask, are there any guests on the call with us this evening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good, good. Glad to hear that. So let me spend a little bit of time greeting my guests by telling you a very short story on why I come on this call so excited. Guess, in 1994, I earned my PhD in finance and economics at the University of Florida, having gone to Howard University and studying undergraduate finance. When I got that PhD, it was very important to me as a 26-year-old that I do certain things. And one of the things that was important to me is I wanted to make sure that I taught myself how to invest in what I called at the time exotic markets. That to me just meant markets that weren't like other markets, markets that were beyond the norm. So one of those markets, and the most important market at that time, was the foreign exchange market. So keep in mind, this is 25 years ago when the technology was nowhere near what it is now. So what I did was I convinced myself, let me say that part again because it's important. I convinced myself that in order to do so, I had to do my due diligence. I had to do my research. I had to find out everything I needed to find out to prepare myself to invest. We have a business partner that always says, it's better to be ignorant and on fire than to be prepared and on ice. Well, I certainly did not follow that paradigm because I put myself on ice for 10 years. For 10 years, I did my research. For 10 years, I put myself in the lab. So finally, here it is, 10 years later, I'm 36. and I put together a mastermind group. And our job was going to be to invest in the foreign exchange market. Put together like-minded individuals who were from various arms of finance and economics and accounting, came together. We wrote a tight business plan. We were ready to go. Now, one of the things that I do every day is I like to eat fresh food. So in order for me to eat fresh food, I go to the grocery store every single day. Now, I don't know any farmers. I get a lot of vegetables. I eat a lot of salad. I try to take care of myself. 51 is the new 21. So in order for me to do that, I need to find access to a farmer. It just so happens, don't know any farmers, don't live by any farmers. But George Jenkins decided to create a company called Publix. So Publix became an intermediary between me, the lettuce eater, and the farmer. So what is George Jenkins doing? What is Publix doing? They're doing what's called intermediation or brokering. Well, the financial market works the same way. In order for you to get to any type of financial security in our society, you have to go through a broker. So just like Publix becomes the broker between me and the lettuce farmer, the same thing happens. So my business group and I, my mastermind group, we, with our tight business plan, found a broker. We went to this broker, and this broker told us that in order for us to invest in the foreign exchange market, we had to have a minimum balance in our account of $1 million. In fact, I even had one broker that told me it was $3 million. Now, I want you to think about something. It took me 13 minutes to decide I want to be a part of IML. 13 minutes into someone explaining it to me, I said, sign me up. And one of the reasons why I said sign me up is because this was something that I've wanted to do for so long. Well, it also is part of my DNA that I'm an educator. I like mentoring people. So one of the things that I did was I looked at the IML Academy and I did my own personal vetting. And this was the question I asked myself as a financial researcher. I said, if someone comes into this company and they have no prior experience whatsoever in the financial markets, how long would it take them to feel good and comfortable that they could begin to invest in the foreign exchange market? And the answer to that question was 10 hours. So literally it will take 10 hours for you to do your research and be able to invest. So here's the deal. The deal is, I want you to think about what I just said. I want you to think about the irony of what I just expressed to you. So it took me 10 years and it would have cost me $1 million. It took me 10 years and it will cost me $1 million. But you can do it in 10 hours and pay $250. So literally, you're in a position where you can do 15 years later what I wanted to do for a fraction of the time and a fraction of the money. So you have to understand, guests, why Dr. Craig Bythewood, aka Dr. B, is so excited about this. Because I told you before, I was satisfied with giving people information, but now I can give them a vehicle. So instead of it taking you 10 years and $1 million, it can take you 10 hours and $250. This particular opportunity is crazy. It literally does not make sense that the founders of this company have thought it enough of us, thought enough of people, thought enough of this society we live in to provide an opportunity for anyone in any walk of life to economically empower themselves. So what I want to do right now is I want to briefly pause and ask if any guest has any question of me based on what I just said. And after I finish seeing if guests have any questions, if any of our business partners have any particular foreign exchange or cryptocurrency questions you'd like to ask me, please prepare. So anyone, guests, business partners, if you have a question for me, please either unmute and ask or put it in the chat. Questions, comments, testimonies. Okay, good. I will keep going. Now, one of the things, yes.
Dr. Bythewood, Gerald D. Rogers here in Jacksonville, Florida. I did have a question for you.
Okay.
Last week on the 27th, I was made aware of a significant, what I would called Significant. There was an article that came out indicating that the state of Ohio will be allowing business owners to pay their business taxes via Bitcoin. Can you kind of speak to that, the significance of that from a timing perspective and the opportunity that sits before us as business partners, becoming our own bank, and based on your credentials and your pedigree, how significant that movement is, being the first state?
So normally I do this call on camera, but I'm sitting in a parking lot having just finished coaching a basketball game. And you don't get to see the smirk that's on my face, this smile that I have right now. The reason why I have a smile is because that article that speaks to a state government, a municipality, making a decision like that is literally what I have been saying to you guys for the past few months. So as a little bit of background so that I can answer his question, when you study history, when you pay attention to history, when you have an awareness of history, you can see that there are patterns that we can extract truth from. So literally, we used to be in a scenario where everything we did was agriculturally based. You go in the Bible and they describe the richness and wealth of a person by the cattle and the crops and whatever it is that they had that was agricultural. So after 1890, yes, I'm going all the way back to 1890, we made a decision to have what we call the Industrial Revolution. Why was it a revolution? Because this was the first time that we as a society began to do things based on technology, to make money based on technology and not agriculture. Well, I said all that to say this. If we look at the same historical underpinnings on what has happened with the way in which we do business, the way in which we exchange from a currency perspective, it started with barter. I've got a cow, you've got food. I'll trade you my milk for your vegetables. Let's make it happen. Well, it worked. It was the only system we had, but it wasn't divisible. So then somebody said, you know what we're going to do instead? I'm going to figure out what the value of this cow is, and I'm going to back it up in coins. So then we began to exchange coins. The issue with coinage was it was heavy. So the richer you were, the stronger you had to be because you had to carry those coins. Then we said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have paper money because it's lighter. But the paper money is going to be backed up by the coins. That way we know what the value is. Then we said, you know what? We're the government, and this is not America. This is everybody. We're the government, so we don't really have to have the coins to back it up. So now it's just going to be paper money. Now, here's the thing I want you to think about. With barter, you saw it. You saw the cow. You saw the crop. With coins, you saw it. Here's the coin. Here's the amount of it. With money, paper money that was backed up by coins, you knew what was going on because the amount of the coins reflected the amount of money in the society. Now look. Now currency is literally backed up only by the faith and the word of the government entity. There's no actual monetary backing. So countries can literally print money, reduce money. They can do whatever they want to do with the money supply to control the macroeconomic factors. What's your point, doctor? My point is that cryptocurrency is basically digital money. And every single cryptocurrency transaction is backed up on a huge electronic notebook. Think of the world carrying a big old Post-it pad, and every time there's a currency, someone writes it down. That's called the blockchain. So if you don't see my point yet, let me explain it to you. We went from having accountability with cows, with coins, with money backed up by coins, to no accountability. Now, cryptocurrency is creating a scenario where we can literally track the money and we have a better idea of knowing what's really going on economically. So I said all that to say this. I have been saying for months that we are going to move to cryptocurrency. It is not a coincidence that when we started this BYOB movement in January, all we had was foreign exchange. Now we've added cryptocurrency to the foreign exchange because the individuals at IML are extremely good at being able to see the trends before they happen. I've been impressed over and over with what they come up with. So I said all that to say this. We as a society are going to be moving toward cryptocurrency, and we need to be prepared for that. Am I saying you have to own cryptocurrency? No, but you should. It would be nice. What I'm saying is that this provides two opportunities. Number one, it provides us an opportunity to have a system that is backed up by more than just what a government official says. Number two, it gives us the opportunity to be able to take this skill of trading in foreign exchange and to do the same thing in cryptocurrency markets. Now, 2 points. Point one, the fact that a state is now saying that they would take tax payments is giving validity to this point that we're moving in that direction. Point two, I had a business meeting in Wells Fargo 2 weeks ago. So I was in Wells Fargo and I was having a conversation with the gentleman who works there who I happen to coach against in girls basketball. So I'm having a free conversation and I'm telling him some of the things I'm doing. He asked me, so what are you doing now? So I told him about the foreign exchange and I told him about cryptocurrency. And when I said the word cryptocurrency, he said, shh, don't say that in here. Cryptocurrency is a dirty word in the bank. He said people are closing people's accounts when they mention cryptocurrency. Now, I need you to hear me. Banks are closing people's accounts because they're hearing cryptocurrency. But ICO, initial coin offering, that is what happens the first time a new digital currency comes out. Digital currency, cryptocurrency, synonyms. So when a new digital currency comes out, it's called an initial coin offering. The last 5 initial coin offerings have been put out by banks. You would know that because they're not on the front line. Let's really go here tonight. There's something that new capital, when it comes out, there's something called a syndicate. A syndicate is where several firms do it at the same time. You may be used to hearing about IPO, initial public offering. If you watch Empire, you know the first season, that was the big thing. They were going to go public with their stock. So whenever you go public for the first time, it's called an initial public offering. And there has to be an investment bank, that broker I talked about, that helps to set the deal up. Well, what they do is, it's usually so much money that one company doesn't want to take advantage of it, or they don't want to take all the risks, so they form what's called a syndicate. And the first name is the lead name, and then as you go further down, you see different names. I said all that to say this. The last 5 initial coin offerings, where the average person will only look at the first name. But me being who I am and being a researcher by trade, when you look down at the 4th and 5th name of every single one of these initial coin offerings, they all have been banks. So these same banks that are afraid of individuals moving to cryptocurrency are now coming up with their own cryptocurrency. So you need to hear me. Why are banks afraid of cryptocurrency? Because it gives a way for you to take control. You take the control back when you have the ability to do what you're doing in digital currency, then you suddenly don't need the bank. Because the technology associated with the blockchain and with the digital currency and with the cryptocurrency and with the data mining that we're now doing as an organization, you now don't need banks. So this is a perfect question to reinforce how important it is for us to be our own bank. We literally are being our own bank just by adding cryptocurrency to our analysis. Every time we learn a skill in foreign exchange, we should learn that commensurate skill in cryptocurrency. Every time we get to a point where we're learning how to multiply our money from a currency perspective, we should learn the same thing in cryptocurrency, because I'm telling you, it is coming. It is becoming legitimate. It is becoming such a part of the fabric of what we're doing. And banks are so afraid of that because it takes away their control. They're going to have to relinquish control in order for the cryptocurrency market. So this is not the kind of situation that you need to avoid, or you need to say, oh, that's not something I want to get into. You have to get into it, because if you don't, it's going to get into you. So the beauty of you asking this question, I really appreciate it, is the fact that we are moving toward a world where cryptocurrency will become more and more prevalent. You know, it kind of reminds me of the marijuana situation. At one point, it was a pipe dream. Oh man, they should legalize marijuana. Now, 10 years later, everybody's doing it. That's what's going to happen to cryptocurrency, where it's literally going to continue to become an economic model that's going to be built into the fabric of the way in which we economically transact. So you need to have your finger on the pulse of this, and IML makes it easy. They have their own crypto academy. They have their own crypto analyzer, which is like our web analyzer, but just for crypto. They have their own swipe coin, which is just like swipe trade, but just for cryptocurrency. We have our own crypto IML academy. So literally, this particular company is putting us on the front page of this. Now, let me say one more thing. This might be a little over the head of the guest, but that's fine. This will make you be hungry to want to go ahead and join us so you can get the data to learn all this educational platform has to offer. Now, this is so brilliant. I come into this organization knowing about cryptocurrency and understanding cryptocurrency, but I had no clue about the background on the way in which it's done. So I was watching a superhero movie yesterday. Of course, I was watching it with kids. Okay, no kids were there. It was just me. But bottom line, I was watching a superhero movie. And in the superhero movie, they were talking about the fact that in order for them to find this particular villain, they were going to do an electronic paper trail and see what this villain had been doing so they could figure out where they were going to put the bomb. And in doing so, the individual made this comment. So we're going to look at the data mining that the villain has been doing so we can track their steps. Data mining is a concept that most IT or most computer-based educational paradigms in our nation's universities are talking about. Data mining. Well, data mining is a pie. A particular slice of data mining is crypto mining, because here's what happens. Didn't I say I need Publix in order to buy the vegetables that I want? Didn't I say that I need a broker in order to invest in a financial market? Well, the same thing happens in cryptocurrency. In order for every cryptocurrency transaction to be written on this big notebook, in order for every cryptocurrency transaction to be put on the economic post-it pad, somebody has to write it down. Somebody has to record it. Someone has to actually do it. Well, this is called crypto mining or blockchain mining. And what it is an opportunity for individuals to be able to be the broker for cryptocurrency mining. Now, here's the beauty of it. IML has created, I didn't say buy, I didn't say bought, they've created. IML has created their own artificial intelligence machine, which does crypto mining. So you pay a fee, which will be small to us after we continue to grow and grow and grow in our wealth paradigm, and then you get the machine. And then you can literally track currency transactions. And every time, cryptocurrency transactions. And every time you track a cryptocurrency transaction, you get paid a commission. So literally, once you make this investment for this machine, it pays for itself because you don't do anything. The machine does all the heavy lifting. So my point is twofold. Number one, that these are cutting edge principles that are about to take over this economy. Two, you business partners are part of a company that understands this and is giving you an opportunity to invest in foreign exchange, who's giving you an opportunity to invest in cryptocurrency. And now, in cutting edge fashion, they're giving you an opportunity to earn commissions by being the broker for cryptocurrency transactions. Because hear me, it's new. So because it's new, there's a shortage in individuals who can do this. Now, we know this from economics. We know this from real life. If there's a shortage of something, what happens to the price? It goes up. So because there's a shortage of cryptocurrency miners, that means if you and I take advantage of this, our commissions are high. So literally, I just love this question because it just unlocked so many layers of what we're doing and how we're doing it and why we're here. So Gerald D. Rogers, did my long answer to your short question give you what you were looking for?
Absolutely, absolutely. I really appreciate that in-depthness and once again establishing the tremendous value of why it's important to dive into the movement, the academy, and stay plugged into the system.
Does anyone else on this call have a follow-up question, comment, or statement, testimony to make about this cryptocurrency point that we just made? So I'm sitting in the parking lot of Wharton High School in New Tampa, Florida. I'm the only one here. Everybody has gone. I have really bad reception in my subdivision, so I decided to sit in this parking lot and have this call because this literally is my favorite part of my Tuesday. Now,
I'm sorry, Dr.
Yes, please, JL, ask your question, buddy.
Yeah, my phone was tripping. I couldn't get in when you asked me that. I just want to follow back up, man.
Okay.
I came in with Fadia. She's the one that brought me to this team, and I'm so grateful for that. But she knows I've been a proponent for cryptocurrency for the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been telling people about Bitcoin when it was $600, and I felt like Chicken Little. You know what I'm saying? Because they wouldn't listen. They thought it was a joke. But when it hit $1,900 or $19,000 a coin, everybody started beating my door down talking about it. And exactly what you're saying, Dr. Bythewood, is what's happening right now. They are manipulating these coins. And what they're doing is scaring everybody off. And they low, so they breaking them all in. They are buying all these coins up right now. And they holding them. And when they go up, everybody gonna be like, oh, it went back up. They scared of crypto now. But when they go back up, who's going to hold all of them? The banks, the very people who this was created to get away from. So
how do we take this and use it as an actionable step for us to build our wealth? What do we do next?
Well, honestly, what we do is two things. We buy as well. People should be buying coins. And we also utilize trading that we're doing. So we making money no matter if it's going up or down, but we also accumulating coins and leaving them alone. Don't be silly. Don't go buy a hamburger with it. Don't pay no bill with it. Don't give the state tax money with it. Give them a depreciating dollar, not an appreciating asset.
So, of course, I'm 100% with you, Jay, and I appreciate you making that point. So for the benefit of those of you who may not have been here last week, I won't reset it, but I made a point about Nordstrom shoes. And I said that when Nordstrom shoes are 75% off, they're still high quality. So we know that when there's a sale price on something that we know is high quality, we go and get more. So oftentimes from a macroeconomic perspective, we do just the opposite. So what JL is saying we really need to focus on, and that is you want to go against the herd. The herd mentality, they don't touch it when it's low, then they want it when it's high. We do just the opposite. We put ourselves in a position where we are going to always make sure that when something that is of quality is down, that's the time to get it. So let me do this. When I just made that comment, JL, based on what you said, it made me think of a point that I'd like to make, but it takes longer than what we have for tonight. So I'm telling you right now what Thursday's subject is going to be. Thursday's subject is going to be the mystery of buy low, sell high. So make sure that you come here on Thursday, because one of the things I talk about all the time is that we need to understand the entire economic pie. Investing in foreign exchange is a slice. Investing in cryptocurrency is a slice. But as we continue to develop this skill, be our own bank, and make more money, we have to know what to do with the money. So I'm going to talk about that paradigm on Thursday, the mystery of buy low, sell high. So back to what you said, JL, I appreciate it. But it's so interesting that what you just said was so similar to what I was about to say. So I'm sitting in this parking lot. I'm the only one here. And we just lost a game to our rival by 1 point. My senior daughter was at the free throw line with 10 seconds left, and all she had to do was make one free throw, and we would have won the game. She missed it. So after the game was over, everybody went into the room and they started complaining about the referees and talking about if this had happened, then we would have won. And if this had happened, then we would have won. And this and that and this and that. Hear me. I stood up and I said this. I said, have you ever known for a referee to come to you and yell at you because you missed a shot? No. Have you ever known someone to complain about a referee and then the referee changes calls? No. So have you ever thought about the fact that we spend so much time complaining about what is instead of looking at what we can do? So I say that, JL, because I hear you. I hear you. They didn't listen to me. They're manipulating it. They're holding it. All true stories. But what we have to do is take what we see and then translate it into what we can do. Because my daughter didn't say a word. Because she knows through 17 years of training that that doesn't matter. Because if I make my free throw, game over. So what can we do, people, to make the game be over? Are we going to focus on what the banks are doing? Are we going to focus on who's manipulating it? Are we going to focus on what people are trying to do? Are we going to focus on the people who don't listen? Or are we going to step up to the line and make our shot? Because this is a free throw. You have an opportunity to get this educational platform for pennies on the dollar. You have an opportunity to find two friends who want to do this too and pay nothing for your monthly membership. You have an opportunity to earn millions of dollars based on $250. So the only thing I want to talk about is what I can do. What am I going to do when I get up to the line? So guests and business partners, that's where you are right now. Up to this point, it's been a tie game. There are 10 seconds left in this year. I want you to step up to that line, and I want you to do what my daughter didn't do tonight, and that is make that shot. Let's make this shot. Let's get this money. Let's economically empower ourselves. Let's be our own bank. Thank you so much for your attention this evening.
Wow. The quality, the call, the information on this call this evening, Dr. Bythewood, is phenomenal. Week after week, and it's just priceless. And we just want to thank you. Thank you so very much for the information that you pour out to us. It is definitely worth being on the call with you to make us completely well-rounded in this financial environment, this economic empowerment journey that we have decided to embark upon. So thank you once again. And
you're very welcome.
As we close out this call this evening, just to recap, coming on Thursday at 7:30, we have our BYOB, Be Your Own Bank Opportunity Overview at 7:30. That is an opportunity for you to share the information with your guests. And then we are live in the market at 9 p.m. And once again at 10, we have a talk with the finance doctor. And so with that being said, you all have a blessed and wonderful evening. And this will officially conclude this call.